Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a twin flame reading today. And so this is going to be for those of you specifically on a twin flame journey. We're going to be diving into all different types of energies today. And so just take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. I do tend to channel for those that are in some sort of a separation or challenge, so please keep that in mind. All the decks that I'm using here today will be in the description box down below. If they're any of the decks that I've created, they will be available for purchase in my Etsy shop. But if you're international, please email me and I'll send you a special link. Today's orgonite that we are using is from Wing and Bell, and this one is the Mystic Moon Twin Flame Pyramid Orgonite. So this was specifically created for me for my own twin flame journey, and so I wanted to put this in the corner and draw upon those energies today. So hopefully you guys will resonate with this. So let's just get started. I didn't really create an outline today, but I was guided to use certain decks, and I kind of know what I want to use them for. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on, just kind of what is the opening message, okay? What does Spirit want us to know at this particular time? What is the opening message? What do we need to know? So I just kind of felt like I wanted to use this deck right here. And this is called Whispers from the Ocean Oracle. And so I just wanted to tap into this energy. So what is the opening message here for the twin flames that are watching this video? And the cats are very active right now, running around, jumping around. So if you guys hear any kind of chaos in the background, it's just them. All right, so what does Spirit want us to know? What is the opening message for this reading? We have be insightful and established. So let's read this. It says, ground and rebalance your energy. Wow, if I can talk, energy. Bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. So this is really cool because, sometimes when we are, connected to another person, such as you yourself, you're connected to either your divine masculine, divine feminine, who is ever watching this video. Sometimes it can be challenging not to get caught up in the past and not to get caught up in what's going to happen in the future. Sometimes it's very difficult to stay centered and to stay grounded in the present moment. So that's not to say that there's anything wrong with you if you find yourself kind of wavering here and there, but it is letting us know that we do need to be a little bit more insightful and established in our physical world that's around us right now, rather than getting carried away either in the past or staying stuck in the past or focusing too much on what is to come, what hasn't happened yet. We have to take the time to enjoy the lives that we are living today. So that could be a very important message for some of you out there watching this video. So let's get another one. We're just going to get 3. We have empower yourself. Beautiful. So number 29, that's nice. It says tune, can't really see these cards, tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. It says, allow yourself to be strong, beautiful person that you are capable of being. So this right here is telling you that this is a time to empower yourself. It's not a time to stay stuck on the past. It's not a time to worry about the future. It is time for you to empower yourself and enjoy your life in the present moment. So this is a time for you. This is a time for getting things done. This is a time for doing things that empower you and make you feel good about yourself. It's great. And last message. We have in the light of the moon. Beautiful. So I'm immediately getting, before I even read the message here, is that there might be something about this super moon, the super moon in Virgo that just happened on Monday, that some of you guys are literally still affected by this energy. It could be a very empowering energy, a rejuvenating energy. For some of you, could have experienced some sort of challenges, some sort of heavy energy. But literally here we have this whale, and this whale is diving back into the depths of the ocean, came up for that, air, bathed in the moonlight. It says a full moon, which it is a full moon. So a full moon can shine light on what you have been resisting. Wow, this is very significant, you guys, for the supermoon. It says this can be anything from your fears to your soul's beauty. So full moons are a great time for purging. It's a great time for getting rid of anything that's no longer serving us. And so I do feel that maybe some of you guys have gone through some pretty intense energies with this moon. And so this is giving you an opportunity to get more grounded, to let go of things of the past and empower yourself in your present moment. So that way this just, it basically just kind of unfolds for a better future, if that makes sense. Like, we're not worrying about it, we're just letting it unfold is the message. So I love it. I love that we have a message about the moon here. So whatever you've gone through, it has been for the purposes of healing and empowering yourself. I love that. So let's go ahead and get into the energies here of, let's focus on the masculine. Where is the masculine currently at this particular time? So I was kind of feeling this energy here for the masculine right now, focusing on just him. We're going to be using the Tarot of the Hidden Realm, and I wanted to combine it here with the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle with the Oracle of the Fairies. Okay, I don't know why I was just drawn to this very earthy kind of energy for the masculine. So let's get it. We're going to break it down. I'm going to break this down into 4 categories and just kind of see where the masculine is at. I say he or him for the masculine. I understand these energies could be different, so it's just how I channel, okay? So I'm going to put that aside. Where is the masculine in his mental space right now? What is the energy that he has going on? So this card wanted to flip out, which was it in this deck? How strange is that? So we're going to grab just an oracle card, and we already have our tarot. Here it is. We have Child of the Moon. So I think it's interesting that we have something about the moon coming up again, and we have the 3 of Swords. Wow. The 3 of Swords is definitely a card of pain and sadness. So I do feel, you guys, that this masculine has been affected by this moon as well as the person that's watching this reading, whoever you are. The 3 of Swords is very painful. It's heartbreak, it's sadness, it's things that have happened. Now, this particular card says forgiveness and transcending the ego. So there has been some sort of need to forgive either oneself or to forgive someone for the pain that was caused. So this is very heavy duty energy. So if you've been feeling heavy duty energy, if you're a feminine watching this video, connected to the masculine, this is where it's coming from, because he's transcending, he's doing something when it comes to like healing through this heartache or this sadness that he's either currently in, or that he's trying to forgive himself from past mistakes, things like that. So let's get the energy here of some additional angelic help. Oh, see, look, healing. It says, now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others, even you. So this is telling this masculine here, what we're seeing is that he is in this energy of healing and forgiving, maybe even himself or even other people when it comes to being heartbroken and sad. A very heavy heart is what I'm seeing the masculine in currently, you guys. So I always assume that I'm talking more to feminine, so I'm sorry if I do that, but that's kind of the way that I channel. So yeah, masculine's energy, very heavy in his mental space. He's got a lot going on right now, has really been affected by this moon. So let's take a look now and see what the energy is of the heart space, the emotions. The emotions, we have the secret path. So the secret path, number 44 coming up here. So you guys could be seeing 4s. I know I saw those actually today when I got in my car coming back from my daughter's house. And I'm actually right now working on a deck right now with her. And it's very, very dark. And so as soon as I got in the car, it was 4:44. And so I was like, wow, that's significant. So I just feel like there's a message here for some of you out there when it comes to the path that your masculine is on currently. So this is talking about an irresistible pull down a distinct path, ley lines or mystical traditions. The masculine right now in his heart space is being pulled or drawn. He can't explain it. He doesn't know why he's being magnetically pulled. Now, it could be down a particular path, as in the twin flame journey path, whether he realizes that that's what it is or not. It could just be a spiritual path. It could be a magnetic pull that he feels towards the feminine. But whatever this is something that's happening and it's out of his control, okay? I'm not reading reversals today. It says Two of Pentacles. So again, this causes a lot of confusion. It causes him to go back and forth. What does this mean? You know, what do I do? So it's kind of like this very confusing energy I'm getting for the masculine. He's very confused by his emotions that he is feeling. He's feeling a pull. He's feeling a magnetic pull, an irresistible pull down a particular path. We have an energy of flourish. So it says the lotus flower. So there could be something significant when it comes to a lotus. Sometimes lotuses, they're connected to, I believe, like Eastern philosophy, Buddhism, things like that. So there could be some kind of a spiritual path that's opening up for this masculine, that he is really learning something from an experience, a spiritual way of life. With the lotus flower, I don't know why that's coming through, and he's really flourishing in this area. But it says, the lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light onto unclear areas of your life or those of others. So this irresistible pull down a spiritual path, I feel, is really helping the masculine to flourish. And even if all of this doesn't make sense right now in some sort of way, I feel like the masculine is trusting his heart when it comes to the direction that he is being led down at this time. It's beautiful. So let's go ahead and see what's happening in the physical world. So how is he experiencing the physical world at this time? People outside of him, things that are happening. The experiences. We have stardust. So it's almost like the stars are leading the way. He's getting a lot of signs. We have premonition, galactic communications, beginning and ending. So there's a lot of like high vibrational energy, or a lot of interesting things, very mystical things that he can't explain that are happening to him. It's very interesting. And we have the Page of Wands, and what it's doing is it's causing him to feel very curious. What does this mean? He wants to explore. So definitely see that this masculine right now is really up for exploring. He's really up for a new adventure. That's really cool. And he could also have people along his path, fellow sisters and brothers, soul family, things like that he's connecting to, maybe even building friendships with. I see the pages as more of connections that are friends and, companions along the way. So I feel like there's some perhaps like-minded individuals that the masculine's running into at this time that might share his belief system. And we have wisdom, okay? So he's gaining a lot of wisdom from a lot of the things that are happening. We have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now it is time for you to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. So the thing is, the masculine is getting all kinds of premonitions right now when it comes to some areas of his life, and he might not even know, where is this coming from? It's kind of like it's coming from his higher self. He's connecting from his higher self. He might even be connecting or tapping into energies from his past lives to where he is already knowledgeable in certain areas and doesn't know why. He already has the answers. It's like not very hard for him. If he's doing something, it's kind of like it's familiar suddenly. And so it's very natural. And that's just very kind of trippy I'm getting here for this masculine. So let's go ahead and get the last message, which is going to be about his spiritual awakening, his spiritual path, his soul's essence, his soul energy right now. Where is he at? We have dark moon. There is some sort of a dark night of the soul that's happening right now. So even though we have a lot of these energies here that are very upbeat and very positive, I definitely am sensing here a darkness that has been brought on by the moon phase, because it's coming up 2 times here. So this is somebody who's maturing, growing up, introspection, and knowing thyself. This is dark night of the soul. This is shadow work. It's very necessary on a deep soul level for this masculine to go through this darkness, to face it in order to come out the other side. So he may have had to go through something pretty dark and pretty major. So again, feminines, if you guys are feeling this energy, that is why it's coming from your masculine. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Fortune Fairy. What this does, though, is it gets things going. It gets things rolling. This is about cycles. The Wheel of Fortune is about cycles that are ending, so new ones can begin. I also see the Wheel of Fortune as a karmic card, meaning like whatever karmic debts, we need to pay, whatever wrongs we need to make right. The universe is going to make damn sure that we're going to get these things right, that the scales of justice are going to be balanced here. So I feel like this is a necessary cycle that this masculine has had to go through on a soul level in order to get to the next phase of his life. Oh my God, see, for transformational purposes. Period. It says this fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Exactly. It says embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Absolutely. So this masculine has had to go through something. He may have had to go through some major karmic cycle, major karmic lesson in order to get to the, it's like to get out of that dark side of the moon. But he had to go to the dark side before he could come out towards the light. And he's gained so much wisdom from all of these experiences. So we have a child that is literally maturing through the darkness. So the masculine is going through major important transformations right now. So let's take a look at the feminine's energy and see where she is at this time. This right here is called the Oracle of the Mermaids, and we are going to use the Mermaid Tarot. I think that's what it's called. And I'm actually going to tap into this deck again for the feminine, just because I wanted to keep the whole like little mermaid theme here. All right, where is this feminine at in her mental space right now? That is cat hair. Let's get it away. Okay. Where's this feminine at right now in her mental space? Okay, so we have homeland. This is a beautiful card. We also have the number 44. So there's a significant numbers that are coming up for the masculine and the feminine in the energies of 4. The 4s are about stability. It's about the foundations in our lives, what we're building towards. I am getting here that this feminine may be very tapped into this energy where she knows that she is building towards a particular goal, on this journey, coming home to herself, coming home even perhaps to the masculine. That could be a thought that the feminine is having. But I'll read it. It says, arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building and settled. So it doesn't mean your journey ends on your twin flame journey, that your connection with your masculine ends. Impossible. It never will. But it's meaning that you feel finally like you have arrived at a destination on your journey where you feel really settled and you feel really good and you're really proud of yourself with how far you've come and how much you've built. So it's a great card. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is also coming up for the feminine. The masculine century. I feel like the feminine is very in tune with the masculine and knows where he is at this time and knows that he is on some sort of the end of a cycle here with his transformation, because it just came up. This child has matured into this someone who has grown up and has done a lot of introspection and shadow work and knows themselves and is now in this energy here where they can move forward and they have transformed. So this feminine is very tapped into this masculine and what he is going through. I love it. So let's see what else. We have rediscover your zeal. It says, pay attention to the person that you are feeling for discovery. These are such small print I can barely see. Pay attention to the passion you are feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. So what's interesting is we have rediscovered your zeal. This is a time for you, feminine. Let's just say that you are at a point on your journey where you're feeling really, really good and you're feeling really settled, and your masculine is just still some steps behind you, hasn't quite met up with you on the journey where the two of you can come together and maybe even be together in a relationship in the physical world right now. So what Spirit is, I feel, bringing forth with this message is saying that this is a time for you, rather than to stop and park on your journey, to continue to move forward. Steer yourself into a new direction and take this maybe downtime in the connection to rediscover your passion, to tap into some sort of passion in order to create. Now's a time to create is what I'm getting here. And I've gotten in several readings before. So this is beautiful. So let's go ahead and take a look at the emotions for the feminine. We have freedom. I love this. This is about the feminine just really celebrating her freedom, celebrating her independence, feeling really good on her own. It says independence and self-determination. Like she's determined to do what she came here to do, whether that's with her masculine or not. She's okay on this journey to be independent. Okay, so it's a very beautiful message. And we have the Three of Wands. Again, the Three of Wands is a card of something being off in the distance, something that's on the horizon. It hasn't happened quite yet, but she's totally fine to do her own thing in the meantime. She's not sitting around wasting time. She's creating, she's doing things. She's living her life. So in her heart, she knows that that's the right thing to do. And we have diving into new depths. This is beautiful. It says there is a deeper meaning to what is happening. Of course, you know this, feminines. It says you might be looking at this from the surface and missing what is really going on. It says take a moment to pause and breathe and allow yourself to dive deeper into what you are feeling about your current situation. So what Spirit is saying here is that in your heart, you know that there's something so much deeper than what you just see with your physical eyes. You know that there's something that's happening on a deep soul level. You know that this connection is so much deeper and means so much more than just, two people that met one time, or one time ago. So this is definitely this energy where you're willing to take this time to dive deep into the depths of your soul and to basically discover yourself on some totally new level that maybe you haven't even tapped into yet. So there's still so much to experience and learn on this journey. The journey is not over. You haven't gotten it all 100%. You're still evolving as well. So it's time to continue to dive deeper within yourself. I love it. All right, so let's take a look at the physical world, the environment, the outer energies here that may be affecting us. We have experiments. What I get with this particular card whenever I see it is that there is energy that, of course, is surrounding us all the time, okay? And, energy is energy, whether it's challenging, whether it's uplifting and positive, energy is energy. And people have the power in order to direct it a certain way or absorb it a certain way. So Spirit is basically saying that, there are all types of lessons. That would be why the word is called experiments. So we experiment with energy. Does it feel good when we hold on to certain energy? Does it feel good when we act upon certain energies? Or do we utilize it this way and it feels a little bit better and it's more successful? So all in all, what Spirit I feel is saying here is that whatever is surrounding us, whatever is in our outer world, whether it's circumstances, people, or just situations that trigger us, it's up to us on what we're going to do with it. But regardless of what we do and maybe some mistakes that we might make aren't really mistakes. It's opportunities to learn something and grow. And that's literally what is in your environment, are opportunities to grow constantly. Okay. So if you find that, there's certain things that are popping up again, certain things that you thought you were over, or maybe people coming into your life in the form of maybe something else, and you're just kind of like, God, I thought I got rid of this kind of energy. It may be helping you to see how far you've grown. So don't be so quick to just kind of, shun everything that comes to you. There might be a reason. And we have the Nine of Cups. And so this is for you to really master something within yourself. I do see the Nine of Cups as a card, of course, your wish is fulfilled, but it's about you feeling really good because you've come a long way on your journey. So it's kind of like, when you learn a bunch of new skills, when you feel like, you're an expert in some sort of way. And no one's really an expert, but you just feel really good with what you've learned. It's kind of like shutting yourself behind closed doors and never using those talents. What a waste, right? So it's almost like Spirit's way of telling you, hey, if you can't have these experiences with your divine masculine, it may be that you're supposed to have experiences, outside of this connection with other people. And I don't mean that romantically, unless that's something that, you guys are wanting for yourselves. But I'm just talking about getting out and experiencing life when it comes to, friendships and family and helping, your community, doing something, stepping into your mission or your life's purpose, just doing something with all of the tools that you've learned. That's living. Go out and experiment a little bit is what I'm also getting from Spirit, okay? It's beautiful. So life is what you make it. This journey is what you make it. That is the message. And we have inner desires. What do you desire? Deep in the inside. It says, set some intentions. You are entering a phase of plenty. It says, or you may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp, because there's definitely some sort of an opportunity to get what you want. What you desire wants to come into alignment in your physical world. So this is telling you here that you might have to go through a couple of little experiences first just to kind of sharpen those tools, practice what you've learned, maybe even practice what you preach, something like that. But it looks like the energy, it's like the universe wants to bring something into your physical world, and it's something that you really, really want, something that you really desire. And this could be abundance. This could just be feeling really happy, maybe even a wish being fulfilled. And you've had to go through a bunch of stuff in order to get there. But wow, it's like you are finally on your way home to getting what you want and what you truly, truly desire. That's amazing. So the outer world, to me, I feel like this feminine is so empowered that it's not going to matter what comes her way. She's going to pass these tests with flying colors. Amazing. So what is the soul's energy? What is the soul's energy? Oh my God. The return of Aphrodite. These cards are very, very deep. And so I just kind of surface read them, meaning like I just basically pick up what I intuitively get from them. But I know that this return of Aphrodite, it's very, very deep. And the reason that I know this is because I have a very good friend that uses this deck, and, she really has gone deep into these cards. And so I know that this has a lot more meaning behind it than I'm going to give it. But anyways, the return of Aphrodite, to me, Aphrodite is the feminine. That is a goddess, Aphrodite of beauty. The return to yourself, the return of who you are. Your body is your temple. You're in your own ocean. You are feeling beautiful. You are feeling just revived. You are feeling alive. You are feeling healed. It's an amazing energy. So spiritually, it's like you're bathed, and we have the Page of Wands. So your masculine and you are sharing some energies here. Page of Wands he has right now, as well as the the Wheel of Fortune. This is about adventures. This is about, looking at that little ball and just like feeling all of that excitement and that passion for living, being curious to learn more, being a student of life. I see pages as almost like students, right? There could also be an energy here because pages sometimes do indicate messages. So you guys could really be wanting to communicate, but pages aren't exactly pushing forth that or taking action on it. They're just thinking about it. And so there could be something where people are really wanting to communicate, but maybe they're just kind of trying to focus on themselves instead. Maybe they find that that's a better approach right now. So let's get the other message here to clarify all of this. We have, just enjoy the journey. I can't believe this. Just enjoy your journey. Just have a good time. The Page of Wands has a great time. The Page of Wands is like a child. It's like somebody who just goes out and they have a zest and a zeal for life. They just feel really good. So this talks about staying present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you, and these changes are not only good, but they are necessary. It says bring your awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or future. That was one of the opening messages, you guys. I'm going to bring it up. This said, remember, it said, it says, bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. So this is a message here, I feel, specifically for the feminine. Just enjoy your journey, This journey is so much more than union with your masculine in the physical world. I mean, if you think about it, you're already in union with your masculine energetically. So, it's just kind of like a mind bender when you are actually experiencing it in the physical world. But for some of you that are constantly tapped into this energy and that you guys are connected, there's nothing to really worry about. Everything is working itself out exactly the way that it's supposed to. So why not enjoy your journey along the way? Why not go out and experiment a little? Have a good time. I'm not saying being irresponsible, experimenting, in certain ways. I don't want that to trigger anybody. But what I'm talking about is to live your life. Be a Page of Wands. Have a little adventure here and there. Maybe travel. Do some things that you've always wanted to do. Enjoy your journey along the way. So don't worry too much about the past or the present or the future at this time. Really focus and stay grounded in the present moment. This is beautiful. But everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to whenever the Wheel of Fortune is around. Things are destined. It's like destiny and fate are kind of taking over the wheel. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. So I feel like we need to go into the energy here of what is this masculine feeling towards this feminine. Okay, so what is the energy right now that is being activated within the masculine from the feminine? I want to get that. And I want to go into this deck called the Sacred Geometry Activation Cards. What is being activated right now in the masculine's energy field from the feminine? How is she affecting the masculine? How is he feeling? And I'm going to pull 3 cards and see what we got going on here. What is this energy that's being invoked or just kind of, sparked in the masculine from the feminine? We have the solar plexus chakra, okay? So this right here is, it's one of the chakras. So this is the 3rd. And I'm going to read it for you guys, and it's a number 3. Okay, so this talks about, this is a frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life. It supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, and as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. So I feel that the more that the feminine empowers herself, the more that she knows herself, the more that she stands in her power, this masculine is actually very positively affected by this feminine. Because what this does is this invokes this in him as well. It charges up his solar plexus chakra. It gets him thinking about who he is and what he came here to do and what his mission is. I, as a reader, see the solar plexus chakra. Yes, there's many things about it, but one of the main things that I take from it is mission, meaning why you came here, what you're meant to do in this life, what your purpose is. So the fact that this is coming up in the masculine and it's connected to the feminine, he may be starting to connect some sort of dots, the importance of her energy and just the importance of her in his life. And whether or not he's actively doing anything about it, it doesn't matter. The energy is there and energy doesn't lie. So I feel like right now he is realizing the importance of her, knowing her at one time or another, or just meeting her. So it's beautiful. What else? We have prosperity. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, so this right here says the frequency of prosperity is supporting our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, and soul and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. This right here, to me, your masculine right now, feminine, if you're watching this video, this is talking about how right now your masculine is feeling all-inclusive. He is feeling you on a body level, mind, heart, soul, and spirit level. And we have the energy of singing, meaning like he is feeling your vibration on all those levels. And of course, we definitely have the solar plexus chakra. Like that, for some reason, is really highly activated right now. And even though there's all kinds of colors here, to me, the main color is the yellow. So that's really charged up. Last one. We have transition. Wow. As he goes through his transition, we already saw that he is in a transformation right now. Something is changing within him. This says the frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. This masculine is kind of like in this energy of being empowered by his feminine. He feels like it is okay, like he can face his darkness. It's almost like she is his guiding light at this time. She is a source of light for him, of comfort while he goes through these difficult and challenging changes. While he transitions, he's very connected to her energy in a very light and high vibrational way. And I do feel like the masculine has a lot of darkness around him, so this feminine is actually feeding him some of her light, is what I'm getting. And he's feeling it. He's benefiting from it. He's actually growing from this energy. How amazing. So let's go ahead and do the same for the feminine. How is this masculine showing up for the feminine? What is being activated within her from this masculine? We have integration. So this says the frequency of integration is supporting or supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. This is about our dark side and our light side. This is about balancing the positive and the negative, realizing that we're made up of both. We're all made up of shadow and light. So this is about integrating both and doing something very powerful with this energy. So I feel, feminines, that if you guys are feeling at some point, kind of dark towards the masculine or feeling some very heavy energy, you're learning how to integrate that with the light. And you're learning how to basically, when things come up or you're triggered, to instantly just kind of like, you respect that the feeling's there. You realize that maybe there's still something that you need to heal, but you're not holding on to this energy. You're learning how to integrate it. You're learning how to use it as a tool in order to prosper. That's what I'm seeing here. It's beautiful. What else? A tantric journey. I'm not surprised at all. See this here, you guys, because there's been a lot of energy that has been connected to, and I don't know a lot about tantric, but whenever I see that, this of course reminds me of anything that could be sexual. And I understand that tantric is a completely different form of, physical connection, so I'm not trying to downplay that at all, but this right here is just some very highly, magnetic, sexually charged energy, but it's very spiritual. So this feminine here, this is being activated within the feminine, but see how it's coming from the masculine? So some of you guys may have been wondering why you were feeling this energy, why it's so strong within you, why you were just feeling all of this energy, and it is coming from the masculine. Because remember, you guys, this is how he is charging you up. This is the energy that is being activated within you because of the masculine. So I'm going to read it. It says, the frequency of tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. So this masculine, it's kind of like opening you up through this energy to kind of like get you to the next level, to get you to the next step. So if you've been feeling blocked or there has been no communication between you and your masculine, this kind of energy might be here to help you, to open you up, to go deeper. Remember, the feminine is diving deep. She's going deeper. There's so much more beneath the surface than she even sees. And so this tantric energy is taking her on this tantric journey where she's going to be able to really open herself up to the next phase of learning about this connection. It's very interesting. So last message, you guys. We have soul time, okay? So this is talking about the frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. Soul time. So this right here to me is saying that, this feminine is already very spiritual. She is on this journey, this twin flame journey. She's learned a lot about herself. She understands that there's certain things that are happening that are, maybe even unexplainable. But this gives us time on our journey to really deeply examine everything on a soul-to-soul level. So something is happening. I feel that the masculine is taking time to do some sort of very deep soul searching, dark night of the soul work. And because of this time that's being taken, it's actually activating something within the feminine where she's feeling some of this energy that this masculine is taking for his soul. That's what I see, the soul work that he's doing on himself right now. But this is about embracing the concept that our body is mortal, but the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. So that's like, these are like infinite lifetimes, infinite, like this energy is infinite that exists between the masculine and the feminine. And so it's like really this understanding of no longer needing to be in this energy of sadness or this energy of you're never going to see or feel or hear or talk to or anything that you're masculine again. Because the thing is, regardless of if it happens in this life or not, you guys are always going to remain connected. So it's kind of like getting to that comfortable place on a soul to soul level. It's such a high frequency level to where you're not worried like you would be in this like a worldly worry, a 3D worry. It's like it's a completely different kind of thought process. And your masculine, since he is doing this work and he is ascending and he's raising his vibration, and he's going through all this, it's like it's giving you hope. It's giving you hope perhaps that maybe your souls will come together, but I'm also getting that you're not worried about it either. So that's being worked upon right now for both of you. It's like this dropping the worry of never seeing each other again. It's like that is going to go to the wayside. That worry is not even going to be a factor, in the near future is what I'm seeing. It's so beautiful. So that was really deep, really, really deep energy. So let's now take a look and get the energies of where the two of you are at on your journey. Where are you guys at on your ascension, your process, your growth, your learning, your cycles? Let's take a look. So I wanted to go into this deck, which I rarely use, that is called the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Let's see what's coming up. Sometimes there are just different energies that are affecting us. They could be coming from different timelines, different lifetimes, however you want to, call that. But this is going to maybe give us some energy into like a hidden world that has something to teach at this time when it comes to this journey. So let's get the card. What does it look like? Spirit of spring, freedom, action, power. So there's something in relation to springtime, spring's energy. Spring is, of course, all about things that are blooming, things that are growing. But spring, for some reason, is significant, when it comes to a timeline. So this could be spring is coming for some, and others, it won't be for a while. So this right here is a timeline. What else do we have? We have Skyfire, messages, channels, and information. So what I'm also getting on this journey right now is that there's lots of messages. There's lots of messages that we're getting, that we're channeling. There's lots of information that are available to us on this journey right now because it's literally in the sky like fire. There's sky fire. It's beautiful. So this is like collective energy, tapping into your higher self, tapping into these realms. And the last one that we have, you guys, is our Dawn Watcher, caretaker, guardian, and support. So there is some kind of a watcher from, and I'm just going to say this, like, a watcher from above, somebody who is watching down, somebody who is protecting this connection, somebody who's actually sending down these messages and promising growth and promising development and promising that things, will blossom. So I feel like that is the message here, but there's a timeline of spring specifically, okay? So, and I'm also getting two kind of like, this is showing us here, and if you guys are connected to maybe some kind of like Skyfire energy, which I don't really know what that is, so I'm not going to pretend to know, but that could resonate with somebody out there. Down Watcher, there's like other beings. There's beings that are watching us while we're here having this earthly experience, and they're supporting us, and they're guardians. So I'm getting here that you could have come from this other place or this other world before you came here to have this experience in the physical world. So you can resonate with another, like another planet or just another world. I'm getting that too. So let's get some specific energies here for the masculine. Where's the masculine at in his growth cycle right now? His ascension. We can see he's going through some pretty heavy duty stuff. This right here is called the language of light, I think it's called. We have create space. This masculine is creating space for his spiritual journey. He finally has space in his life where he's cleared things up in his life, perhaps, and he's made room to be able to dedicate his time and his energy towards his spiritual path, his spiritual learning. I love this. That is really beautiful. So let's go ahead and get 3 cards here. This right here is the Moonchild Tarot. This right here, we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is just kind of really being focused. As you can see, masculine's really focused right now on something specific, like he's going within, actually. He's not allowing anything to distract him. I feel like he's really focused on the self. Really focused on the self. Ace of Pentacles. He might also be really focused in the material world, and that might be why the Pentacles is here. It's kind of like, I'm just doing my own thing, I'm taking care of myself, I'm growing, but I'm also creating space for new things. Ace of Pentacles, new energy, new projects, planting new seeds for the future, things like that. I feel like he's creating space for the future. With the Ace of Swords, 2 aces here. Yeah. Much clarity, brand new beginnings, fresh new starts, kind of like wants to go about things in a whole new way. It's like the things that he wants to create, he wants to come from pure renewed energy. That's what I'm seeing here, pure renewed energy. So let's get one last card. This right here is called the Starseed Oracle. We have baby steps. Love this. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So I feel like this is like the Fool's energy to me. Somebody who's just like taking a leap of faith right now. They're creating space. They might not even know why they are drawn. Remember, the masculine is being drawn or magnetically pulled down a particular path. He may not even know, or may not even make a lot of sense to him right now what's happening, but he's just letting his spirit be his guide. Yeah, he's just kind of trusting. He's just kind of, there's certain things that he knows. He may know, what's going on in his physical world, and he may know how to be successful, and he may know how to take that sword and kind of like cut away things that no longer serve. But he is starting to take baby steps on his spiritual ascension path and growth. Definitely in the infancy stages of his spiritual awakening. I love this. Definitely growing is what I'm getting here. Wow. So let's go ahead and take a look at the feminine. Where is the feminine at on her ascension path right now? We're going to use the same deck here. Language of light. We have manifestation. So she's manifesting. Some of the feminines may have really, acquired great skills in manifesting. Whatever it is that she wants to create, she can, of course, create more of. Whatever she focuses on, whatever her intentions are. And sometimes that can be good, and sometimes that can be negative. It just kind of depends on where her energy is at. But she realizes how powerful she is. And, that's something that she's learned on her ascension path of how powerful she really is. This right here is the Star Child Tarot, sorry. What is this energy here? Queen of Wands. She is a freaking Queen of Wands, a badass. The Queen of Wands is full of energy. She's full of desire. She gets what she wants. Whatever she focuses on, she creates. She's very magnetic. Out of all the queens, she's extremely magnetic. Very magnetic. So this is beautiful, very powerful. We have the Seven of Wands. So here she is again. This is the same feminine in this deck. Look at this. I don't know if all the feminines in the wand suit are the same looking gal, but yeah, she's here with her tiger, and she's kind of defending against energies that are coming her way, but she's up for the fight. She's up for the challenge. She knows that her journey, and she knows that life isn't perfect. And so she's just kind of willing to use the skills in order to manifest the changes that she wants. So whatever comes at her, she's redirecting energy is how I'm seeing it. Redirecting energy that's coming at her. She can either get sucked in, or she can say thanks for sharing and move on. And now we have the universe. This is the world. Oh my God. She's definitely gone through some sort of major transformation. It's like she's gone through the whole cycle. The full all the way to the end, to the world. Now, this doesn't mean that her ascension process is over, that she's perfect now, and that she doesn't have any more work to do. It just means, though, that she has finally gotten to a place where she realizes just exactly what's happening to her and why. And it's like these answers that she has needed are coming to her. She's very connected to her higher self. She's very, very empowered at this time. She is manifesting on such a crazy level, and I mean that crazy good. It's amazing. So let's go ahead and get one last message. This is the Work Your Light Oracle cards. And we have Align Your Light. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Exactly. So it says, what is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? She's no longer willing to play it small. She's no longer willing to fake it. She's no longer willing to do things just to appease other people, to make other people comfortable or happy. She's doing things that make sense for her, that are in alignment with her. So it's kind of like that badass queen mentality is kind of like, if you're not with me, then that means not that you're against me, but that just means that we're not in alignment and we don't need to waste each other's time. So I'm going to go here, and if you want to go there, that's fine. She's just no longer willing to settle her energy. She's no longer even willing to let people into her life to suck her dry and rob her of her very magnetic energy. And that could even be including her masculine for some of you out there. She may have needed to step away from the masculine in order for him to basically, you know, have to face something. And so that might be one of the reasons that he is in darkness right now, is because she, in some sort of a way, needed to abandon him for him to face that and to get to the place that he is at. That could be it, okay? But that right there is unconditional love. Unconditional love does not mean that we just let people continuously do the same thing over and over again and we're just really getting nowhere. That's enabling. Unconditional love means I love you too much to see you destroy yourself. I love myself too much to see us destroy us. So before we do that, why don't we go our own separate ways? Why don't we take some space and time that we need in order to grow? I love you no matter what. I love you enough to let you go and let you find your way. And if you find your way back to me, you know, fantastic. And if you don't, you know, it's kind of like that acceptance of whatever those two souls decide, or whatever they're ready to do, you know, will be. So it's just that major acceptance in this connection of whatever is meant will be. It's beautiful. So that is where you guys are at on your ascension process. That looks pretty fantastic to me. So let's now get some energy here and see, what does the masculine want to say to the feminine? What is he so afraid of, if anything? Are there fears? Are there things that he is afraid of either communicating or saying, or just fears that he has about this feminine right now? We're going to go here into the twin flame journey shadows that I created here. What is the major overall fear? We have robotic. Let's get another card. This is from the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle by Aqua Moonlight. We have mirror reflection, mirrored fear, or shared feelings, you. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm getting here actually is that he is afraid that you no longer share his feelings, mirror his feelings, reflect them back. I feel like perhaps this masculine has just kind of learned to survive without the feminine, if that makes sense. Very interesting energy. So let's go into my twin flame journey messages. What are the thoughts behind this? Your beauty still moves me. So this masculine is actually still moved by this feminine, but he might not be showing that. So this feminine, what you're seeing in this masculine, you're seeing somebody who's shut down, maybe somebody who doesn't seem like they care about you anymore, somebody who seems uninterested. But what I'm getting here is it's actually not true. They're actually afraid that you no longer carry that flame for them, that you no longer mirror their or share their feelings. So they're afraid that this is you, but your beauty still moves them. They're not robotic. Do you see this? Moves. Somebody who's a robot, you know, kind of moves a certain way, but your beauty still moves me. There's still life inside of me for you, even though I might be showing this very robotic moves, as in I don't care. But I feel like this masculine is very afraid that his feminine no longer has that loving feeling for him. And that could be a song from the Righteous Brothers, you guys, that you hear, and that would be a significant sign that your masculine still has that love and feeling for you. I'm just saying, okay? But yeah, that is the energy. So let's go ahead and see what the feminine might be afraid about this time when it comes to the masculine. What is her biggest fear? We have escapist, okay? Let's get the other energy here. We have depth, completely awareness and importance. And let's try my twin flame journey messages 2 for her. Thoughts here. The thought of you still does things to... Okay, so what I'm picking up on here is that this feminine has this fear that this masculine has just run away, and that she's the only person that holds the depth here. She's the only person that actually feels the importance and the compatibility completely of this connection, that she's the only one that's aware. This saying that the thought of you still does things to me. Whenever this feminine thinks about this masculine, how can she not be affected? How can she not be moved? How can she be unaffected is what I'm getting here. this connection, this energy is too important for her to be able to just let it go. She may have tried to let it go, but she is unable to let this connection go. Now, this doesn't mean she's putting her life on hold. This doesn't mean that she's hopelessly and desperate without, or destitute without the masculine. It's not that kind of energy. But there's something that's very strong. There's something that's very special to this feminine about this masculine. And so the thought of him does so many things to her. How can she be unaffected? But she is afraid that he has just ran away and that he has escaped feeling the same way. So do you see how the masculine and the feminine, you guys are both mirroring each other here? Literally, that's why the mirror came up. You are mirroring each other. You guys have the same feelings. You share the same feelings. There is a you. You are them and they are you. You guys are both feeling this fear with one another. See that? You guys both feel like the other one has just basically doesn't feel the same. And I'm getting it's not true. Interesting energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's happening here on the actual journey. We tapped into the energies of ascension. Now let's take a look at the journey. What are the energies here of the journey? Where are you guys at on your twin flame journey? Let's take a look at that. Where are you guys at on your twin flame journey? What's happening here? This right here is my twin flame journey oracle, and we're going to combine it with my twin flame journey tarot. Okay. All right, so what's going on with the connective energy on this journey? What are these twin flames going through? We have barrier, so there's a door closed or a wall. And we have the Knight of Swords, decisive action. So this to me tells me that somebody is going to actually have to make some sort of decisive action in order to cut down this wall, this barrier. Somebody has to do something. Someone has to make a move here. So it's kind of like this just isn't going to go away magically. Somebody literally has to take action here. They have to make a conscious effort to do something. Okay? And people may want to. People may be thinking about it because the swords is somebody who's thinking about something. They want to do something, but there could be something that's holding them back. We have winter. So winter, of course, is about being frozen. It's about being afraid. It's about feeling like things are frozen in time. Maybe things have gotten too cold. Maybe too much time has gone on in this connection and people are afraid that it's frozen forever, that it's lifeless. There's no blood running through the veins anymore. Yep, Nine of Pentacles. Kind of like, I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm just going to play it safe. It's just easier for me to just play it safe and do nothing. That is what I'm getting here. Somebody is literally frozen in their tracks. They are frozen by fear. And that is a barrier right now with communication. That is a barrier with people taking action. It's just easier for them to just do their own thing. And the thing is, in a way, the Nine of Pentacles always shows us that maybe people do need to do certain things in order to improve their health, improve their situation, just to be a more like a better rounded person. So it's always better to love yourself and do your healing on your own before you try to connect with another person. So I feel like that's kind of also the message, is that right now on this journey, people might just be really taking time for themselves, and that's not a bad thing. Awakening, but there is a spiritual awakening. So Spirit wants you to know, whoever's watching the video, that your twin flame has had an awakening here. We've already seen it, though, with the masculine. The masculine has gone through some sort of an awakening. It keeps coming up over and over again in all the readings that I've been doing. This masculine is awakened here, okay? So he's not frozen as in unawakened. He is aware. He is starting to become aware, more and more aware of this importance of this feminine. That's what I see here. And he can't deny it any longer. He's being pulled towards her. Yeah, pulled towards a reconnection. Three of Cups can be a card of coming back together. It can be a card of reconciling. It could be, a reunion. This could be people that are having a good time together, coming together. They want to be friends. They want to find happiness in this connection. So if you and your masculine, if you're a feminine watching this, have had a lot of blocks and barriers and a lot of darkness in your connection, I feel like somebody is awakening to the possibility that you two can have happiness again. Whether it just be friendship, just talking again, opening up the lines of communication, it's here. It's definitely here. People want that. People want that, but they are afraid that maybe the other person does not feel that way because of the words that are not being spoken, because people are not saying it, because people are not opening up their mouths and making that known. So that makes it really difficult. It makes it very easy to get caught up in fears that this person doesn't care about you, that they've forgotten all about you, etc. It's very easy to tell ourselves that when we aren't hearing evidence otherwise, but the message here is of love. The page is somebody who has it inside of themselves, but they're not necessarily taking it to the action of the night to deliver that message. But there is love here. People want to tell each other how much they actually care for one another, but they're not saying it, so it makes it difficult. Okay, one last message. See, one thing that is keeping people back is not only their fear, but their pride and ego. Okay, their pride and ego. Their pride and ego is just way too precious. I know mine is. It's way too precious for me to just take a risk and take a chance. So I get it. I fucking get it. That's exactly the feminine. I love spirit. That's hilarious. Yeah. Well, that might not be for all feminines out there, but what I want to say is that some of the feminines could just be too afraid, of course, and they're just kind of maybe just in that hard exterior right now because they're just not going to put themselves on the line again. Maybe feminines have done this before only to get smacked down, to be rejected, to have the door slammed in their face, to have that, door shut again. And so when you deal with rejection, you can only take rejection so many times. And so this isn't telling feminines out there to reach out. It's not telling feminines to do anything. But this is the feminine's way of needing to soften up perhaps her energy towards her masculine, if that seems to be an issue. Okay. It might be that, we're wanting someone to make contact with us, but we're in that energy of, well, I ain't doing it. I'll never do it. This masculine's going to come to me, or forget it. It's that kind of energy. Spirit is asking you to step outside of that energy and soften your energy, because that energy right now is actually freezing the masculine out, is what I'm getting here. And this is on the bottom of the deck. This particular hermit is frozen. He ain't doing shit. So he's soul searching. Yes, the masculine is still soul searching. We do know this. But the thing is, if you keep your masculine energetically out in the cold by freezing him out, it's going to continue to just bring in this energy of, maybe we're just better off apart. Okay. So try to soften up your energy a little bit. Divine Feminine is what I'm getting in this reading. Okay. So at the end of the day, whoever's watching this video, it doesn't matter. So resonate with it how you will. What does your twin flame truly desire with you at this moment in time? What do they want with you? What do they want to say about this? What do they want to see happen with your connection? What do they really want at the end of the day? So we're going to go into my arrows of love. So what are the arrows of their love at this time? What is the direction of these arrows? What are they doing with this energy? And then we're going to combine it here with the naked flame healing messages. Yeah, naked flame healing messages from Angelic Revelation 144. What does your twin flame truly want with your connection at this time? What do they truly want with you at this time? They want what you guys had. They're nostalgic. This is like a Six of Cups energy to me when I created this card. They're very much thinking about the past and what the two of you shared. Okay? They might be very regretful of the things that happened in the past as well, which may even be why they're in Three of Swords energy right now, you guys, if you're feminine watching this. What are the words connected to this past energy? You are the most beautiful person on the inside and out. No one can hold a candle to you, my eternal flame. Look at that. Wow. So your twin flame may have had to go off into a different direction of life. They may have had to go explore other situations, other relationships perhaps, just be in some sort of separation with you. in order to figure out that you are unique. You are the most beautiful person on the inside and out. Nobody has been able to hold a candle to you. You have been that eternal flame. You have been a flame, a past love. You were the one that got away. So whatever you needed to know, perhaps, while you're consulting this reading today could be a confirmation for you that this person is still holding on to your connection as well as you for them. What else? So what they want with you is what the two of you had. See, true love, roses are red. They may want to be true to you now. They may not have been true before, meaning like they were not able to be authentic. Some of them could have even fibbed and lied. Some of them could have acted in ways that were not, done with integrity. But they do want to be able to be true to you now, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so what is the words tied to this? The answer to your question is yes, I can be true. The answer to your question is this is true love, that this person, your twin flame, can be true, that they would perhaps say yes to a question that you have. That's amazing. So it could be significant for somebody out there. And what's the last energy that's connected to what they truly want? See, and violets are blue, loyalty. So I made some of these cards to go together. Roses are red and violets are blue. Some of you guys might be asking yourselves if this person is somebody that you will actually end up in a marriage with, because those are traditional things. The roses are red, the violets are blue, true love, loyalty. This person can be true, they can be loyal. Even though you guys have gone through a lot of things with this person in the past, holding on to who they were, remember, focusing on the past and worrying about the future is not where Spirit wants you to be. Spirit wants you to be focused in the present. Who people are today, not who they were and not who they might be, years from now. Just focus on what you have in front of you today. And if what you have in front of you today is somebody who's not coming towards you and somebody who is not, bringing forth this energy, there's a reason. And so we still have a duty and a job, to ourselves and to the people that are around us to continue to live our lives. So what is the last message here? I write you messages and then I delete them because I just can't seem to find the words to express my truth at this time. So what your person wants with you is they want these things with you. They want an opportunity to make wrongs right. They want an opportunity to be true and loyal to you. But the thing is, they want this, but they are still they're hesitant. They're not sure. They're unsure. That's a major problem. Okay. That is a major problem. So what are signs? Because we did get this energy here that your person is seeing signs that are connected to you, that your person is like starting to kind of get like this magnetic pull towards you. So what does that energy look like? Okay, so it could be dark or light. Let's tap into it. This is Spirits of Darkness and Light divination deck that I created. Let's see what some of this energy looks like. I'm curious. What does the energy look like that this person is connecting the dots back to you? What does it look like? Oh my God. Oh my God. Spirit of the snowflake. You are special. You are irreplaceable. You are one of a kind. Exactly. You are the most beautiful person inside and out, and no one can hold a candle to you. So it's like you are a star above all the rest. You are somebody that just is always standing out above all the rest. It's like no matter what they do, no matter who they're with, no matter where they go, you're irreplaceable. They have not been able to replace you. They have not been able to meet anybody like you. You are special. You are one of a kind. It makes me want to cry because it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. What else? We have Spirit of the Apple. Test, offer, temptation. They're very tempted. They want to offer you something, but they're afraid. They're afraid that something is like they're not going to pass a test. They're afraid that what they're being tempted by right now is going to turn out to be false, that it's not going to turn out the way that they hope. So again, there's a lot of fear that your person has tied to you. We have Spirit of the Cat. Again, it's just easier for them to be 9 of Pentacles. It already came up. just to kind of be curious, still learn, be independent, kind of do their own thing like the cat. So they go back and forth with this energy of wanting to offer you something, but just kind of pulling away and saying, you know what, maybe it's just better for me to do my own thing right now. Maybe I should just kind of hang solo for a while, which again might not be that bad for them. It might be a good thing, but still they're very torn at this time when it comes to this decision to reach out to you, to make contact with you. So why don't we go ahead and tap into some energy to see, is it likely, how likely is it that your twin flame will try to reach out to you in the future? Let's see. So we're going to go into my Signs of Spirit Love Oracle, and we're going to combine it with the Twin Flame Journey Tarot again. Oops. Need to grab this deck. It's all the way over here. All right. We have 222. So I think fours came up in this reading as well. Now we're having twos. Partnerships, balance. It says pay attention to the new people that are entering into your life and take the time to balance your time and energy in existing ones. So to me, twos are about partnerships. Twos are about connection, balancing connections. So how likely is it that you and this person, you know, that they may make some sort of move towards you? I'd say that that looks pretty positive, even though it's not a guarantee, but it does look positive that they will continue to have that feeling deeply within themselves to want to do to make a judgment call, to make the wrongs right judgment. That's resurrection, resurrecting this partnership, wanting to resurrect it, reviewing it, looking at our choices from the past. Again, wanting to make those wrongs right, learning our lessons within the karma that we've created. So I do feel like there's a very strong chance that your person will be drawn to make contact with you. That's what I'm seeing here. And what I do see here is that we have 12, 1, and 2. So I have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And I have 1, 1, which is 2. There's a lot of twos here, you guys. A lot of twos. So that could be significant for some reason. Let's get another message. We have eggs. Yeah, so this is about things that are growing. Now, this right here, we did get spring, timeline of spring. So there could be significance for twos, perhaps, when it comes to the spring. But the eggs are something is in the incubation stage. Somebody is still not ready to kind of be born, you know, they're not ready to resurrect from those eggs quite yet. So it is a timing thing. And of course, on this card, we can see a clock, but when that lightning strikes, it's like it's time. So I feel like the time will come for this connection to resurrect when the timing is right. And there could be something connected to spring. Yeah, now we have the Ace of Cups. This could be the love offer, somebody offering their cup of love. We have love initiation. They're initiating love. They're initiating contact. They're moving forward. They're offering you their cup because they've worked on their cup. They feel fulfilled. Pretty amazing energy, you guys. Last message. We have web, cosmic plan. You know, at the end of the day, what Spirit wants you to know is that there's a bigger plan. There's a bigger picture than maybe you can even see at this time. There's a cosmic destined plan for this connection. It's kind of like you'll see with time what it all means and why everything had to happen and piece together the way that it did. Yeah, now we have surging forward, 8 of Wands. Somebody makes communication. Very strong very strong indication of possible growth and development in the spring leading to summer. Wands are spring, cups are summer. Just saying. It could be something like that. The first of summer, meaning like the beginning of summer or something like that. Spring is a period of incubation. Spring is a period when people are balancing and harmonizing themselves and working on themselves. So it could really jump us forward and surge us into the next season is what I'm getting here. That's amazing, you guys. Now, there could, of course, be the 8th month, which is August, so there could be significance there. I know there's a lot of different numbers that are showing up. Let's try not to focus on that because timing is fluid and things are always shifting and changing. But when I ask Spirit to tell us what is the likelihood that your twin flame is going to do something and is going to move forward towards you, it's very, very strong with these cards. You know, here it is. Very, very strong. So let's just go ahead and close up this reading with some final thoughts from Spirit. You know, what does Spirit want you to understand and know before we close up the reading here today? So let's go into the Starseed Oracle again. I'm just feeling that. What does Spirit want to leave us with when it comes to our twin flame journey, our twin flame connection, everything that we're feeling, everything that we're experiencing? We have jump in. It says, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Beautiful. So jump in. So I know that I think that's a star, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that is. So there's some sort of an energy here that's connected to Andromeda. And I'm not saying it right. But there's adventure here. Say yes to these changes. Say yes to these shifts, these vibrations, this new energy that is basically surrounding you at this time on your journey. Say yes and jump in. That's what I'm getting here. Take a leap of faith. Jump into this energy. You are not for everyone. It says, embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Interesting. Okay. So this is the deal. This is telling you here that you are unique. You are special. You're not for everyone, but there is something that you are for and something that is for you. That is what I'm seeing here with that message. So there's certain things that didn't work out in your life for a reason. And it's like there's certain things that didn't work out in your twin flame's life for a reason. Big picture thinking. See, there's a much bigger picture at hand here. There's something so much bigger than we can even understand right now. So much bigger. It says, here we have Pleiades energy, visionary, and inspired ideas. So we've got some like different star stuff coming up, I think, and some, different kind of energies. A lot of people talk about star seeds and all this other stuff. And I know I'm using the Starseed Oracle, so I should be prepared for all of these, concepts. But I'm not super into this sort of thing. I'm open to it, but I don't know a lot about it. So I don't want to pretend like I know exactly what I'm talking about, because I don't. But I know that some of my viewers are really into this sort of thing. So there could be a significant message here for you. But the overall message, of course, is just to expand your mind. Think bigger. There's so much more going on than meets the eye, you guys, and that has come up over and over again in this reading. Okay, let's get 2 more messages and we'll close up. Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Wow. I mean, there's something going on a deep cellular level, something so much deeper than we can even fathom. So a lot of just super heavy duty healing. So the super heavy duty healing, you could be feeling something here. You could be experiencing it. You could be aware of it. And some of you guys may not even be aware of it, but whatever it is, it's necessary. And you need to allow that space and that time in order for this deep cellular healing to take place. Okay. Last message. And we have messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. So a lot of different energy coming up here, you guys, but we have messenger. We did early on when it came to the ascension of the connection, the ascension of just like where you and your twin flame are at right now. There was a card. Let me pull it if I can find it, because we've tapped into a lot of cards here. I'm not sure where it's at, but it did say something about messengers coming from another world, shining down upon us, giving us messages, giving us some sort of like a channel of messages that we're picking up on that are helping us while we are here. I'm getting the same message here that's coming through. We have serious energy coming through that is giving us messages about why we're here, what's happening, what's going on. So it's about allowing ourselves, this time and this space to get plugged in and to jump into this energy, because it has something to tell us. It has something to communicate with us. So it's about opening up your mind, expanding your mind, and maybe just kind of embracing your weirdness and just accepting that, you're special. You're not like everybody else. and there's something unique for you to experience in this lifetime. So anyways, I know that was a little deep and might have been kind of over people's heads or something, because some of this stuff is kind of over my head, if I'm being quite honest. But hey, I just channel it and I just bring forth whatever spirit is bringing forth these cards. So anyways, I hope that you guys liked it. Thank you so much for watching. If it did resonate with you, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.